Well, congratulations, JJ. This is the Charts and Graphs episode. We follow this up with a little catharsis. If those you don't know what that word means, that just basically means happy release. So we're going to give JJ this moment to bask in his glory and his victory. JJ, what was your grand plan? Come on, tell us. What was your strategy?
Well, first off, thank you for having me, Rich. And it's been a long time coming. I mean, I haven't won since season 1 with the Japanese, which is frankly unfair for you. It feels good. As far as the strategy that I used, I basically looked at the victory conditions first and committed my civilization to the harmony victory.
So you were going Mindflower the whole time? I mean, in the video, I got to be honest, the video was pretty... It seemed like we're all just kind of doing our own thing up until almost the last 2 episodes. The last episode there where everybody's dropped victory conditions right away.
I was a little bit behind because none of the texts that I had researched actually went to the Mindflower. So I had to rush those. You were building mind stems before you built the Mindflower. I did not know what mind stems did until...
You lucked into that one.
I kind of lucked into that one.
We should say that we're recording this actually a while later. There's actually been a patch, an official patch recently that changed a whole bunch of things, which might cause us to have to go back and try this once more because they changed the way that trading works, which is a strategy that I realized halfway through was the superior strategy. Is maybe no longer as effective. I still don't think they changed the way that the Emancipation Gates worked or the way that the Purity Bring 20 Colonists Through works. So I'm still thinking the Mindflower is going to be a dominant strategy. What do you think?
No, it's pretty much the case. Now that we know that we have to get certain texts to get to where we're going, it's going to be Mindflower or Domination. Unless you're lucky enough to get the Contact Victory. That might be faster, but the fact that you can't make any money is going to be a problem.
Speaking of Domination, I got the military might screen up now. I definitely had the dominating force over you. I'd say most of the game. There was a couple of points where you actually stepped ahead. But I never felt like I could actually get my forces to you. However, watching the video, I found out that the Mindflower that you built, I thought you built it near Justin. You actually built it much closer to our borders. Had I not been so defeated, maybe I could have actually taken it out. I'm kind of upset that I didn't even try. But
didn't even try.
But going into that hybrid turn or whatever, I don't know if I could stand it. I don't know if the victory would have been worth it. But part of me wants to go back and see if I could actually march over there through alien crabs.
So I put it in the middle because I knew.
But you were on the left side of that river or whatever the crap that is. There was some feature.
Yeah, no, I was worried about Justin purely because I didn't know he was building a gates. And I thought that his military and him realizing that the end of the game was coming soon, if he had known that if I had put my Mindflower within visual range, I think he might have rushed it. So I put it where I thought was the geological center of my empire.
Yeah, that was definitely smart. Now watching the video and seeing how Justin runs his military, lot less fear there. Lot less fear. Justin, that's calling you out. Come on, buddy. You got to step up a little bit there. You left Jama Bean standing for so long. It was painful. I don't know. Did you find that virtues or science really drove you at all? Because I didn't see them as super useful. I actually went like the worst virtue trees too. Like I literally chose the 2 worst virtue trees to go into. The purple and green are by far the best from what I can tell. And I went military first, which is the worst. And then technology, which looks cool, but is actually kind of a trap. Now, again, this is all pre-patch that we're talking about here because post-patch, maybe they've done some balances or changes. But pre-patch, man, that was the worst.
Should clarify, pre-patch, and we didn't really research anything. So it really was new territory for us.
Yeah, we definitely did not look ahead to as you can tell if you watch my feed, I had zero idea what the victory conditions were. I think I tried at least 2, maybe 3 of them and kind of stopped halfway through and I realized I couldn't do them.
It was a little rough. So I coming from Civ 5 where if I have to take a what's that? The honor tree. If I had to take an honor tree, it was a bad sign.
Boo. No, see, I don't stand for that. Everyone likes to call out the honor tree, but I think taking one rank in honor is actually a really good strategy.
That's fine. That's fair. But in this case, there wasn't really much to go for the might, even the first one compared to. I always thought the production benefits was always going to allow you to build more military units, and that was more important than getting 10% military strength or whatever.
I think
the buffs may be.
The only benefit that I could find in the military tree, and I'm kind of scraping my mind on this one, is I think way far down, which is why it's not worth it, is that there's something that doubles your strategic resources. So for a lot of those late game units, like especially if you're trying to go through the gate like we were, where you need those 100-point units that cost a ton of strategic resources. I think that may be a valid, but I mean, you're losing so much up front to try to get to that it just doesn't make sense. And I don't know. The game definitely needs a few balance tweaks. Like right now, or I played a few games after we played our game, and we even played a couple of little one-offs there. And clearly, it was go internal strategy and internal trading, expand as fast as you can. You should only be building pioneers or whatever the settlers are called, and you just should expand as fast as possible, and nothing would ever hurt you then. And that seemed to be the strategy, and I hope these balance changes do something about that.
That strategy is no longer valid as far as the trade routes internally are really bad now. And the explorers. So the explorers were immune to alien attacks at a certain, was it one of the early affinity? Yeah,
one purity, I think it was.
That's no longer the case. So you can no longer make your units immune by putting an explorer on top. Or you can't make your colonists immune.
I'm not jealous of them in the least, because the way that they designed the game worked, and being a hobby game designer on my own, like when you change some things, like the aliens are just so present, and if you make units weaker to the aliens combined with how hard it is to move around the planet until you get like levitation capabilities, I just can see people getting bottled up. And it makes me nervous that you're not going to be able to expand anymore, and it's just going to be a bog. We're going to have to play again.
Well, I think, everyone needs to play again.
After the patch. Well, take it. The virtues tree here. We got the culture per turn. Pretty much any screen that I show here, I'm, for the most part, dominating you. Once I decide to kill off the aliens and take over their cities. And Justin...
they're just misunderstood, man.
I mean, not aliens. I mean AI.
One
and the same to me. Justin, who is unfortunately not joining us on this little, after the fact conversation, he lucked his way into the right strategy by spreading out. He didn't even realize it, but that's why he was dominating us on score for most of the game. Or I should say in the beginning of the game. He was dominating us on score because he expanded. And I was like, how does he keep doing this? And then I realized what he did. And from there, you can kind of see it. It just, boop, at about almost at the fourth notch or whatever, 2898 AD. But like right before it is when I take out the alien or the AI and just overtake Justin. And I got to say that even though I keep boasting out my score and everything, the way that the score is set up is not super accurate or representative of what you're doing. And I think it is super cool that that's the way it was, that you were still able to win with not the best score. And that's so cool because, spoiler, we're playing Civ 5 right now, and that is not the case.
No.
You have to be in the if you're not in the top of score, you're really not in a position to win.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's more representative of how you're actually doing.
Yeah. I mean, the points doesn't mean victory unless it's a time victory, of course. So the points is just like a general health of your empire. And in this case, with the tech tree being with so few techs contributing to an actual victory, that you could really get high in the score since your techs are calculated into that, but you wouldn't be making any progress towards a victory of any kind. So there's definitely more misleading numbers.
Yeah, and the text, I found the tech web to be very confusing. It's something you need to know. Like, you can't stumble. Like, the Civ tech tree, man, you can just walk right through it and you'll do fine. this tech web, if you don't know what you're doing, there is so much garbage hidden inside of it, and the good things are hard to that really seek out and identify them as good things, that it is literally a web and will trap new players. It's dangerous. I spread out left and right, which is the Transcendence Victory, which I found out, hey, wait, I need Harmony. This isn't going to work. So then I had to go up and down, which is more of the Supremacy stuff, and it just, I caused problems for myself by not understanding what the various techs did. Also pretty disappointed at the power of the wonders. There's I want to say 5 or 6 wonders that are worth it. The rest of them are all garbage because they take 20 to 30 turns to build, and they give you pretty much no benefit whatsoever. As someone who likes to build wonders,
you're a little bit of a wonder whore. That's true.
I like the big buildings.
No, they purposely took down the wonders a peg or two in this model, partially because it's a tech web and everyone can get them.
That doesn't make sense to me, though.
Yeah, that's the primary complaint that the patch did not address, is that the wonders are pretty much garbage and a waste of time. There's a couple of them that are almost necessary. Yep, and then there's the rest of them that are not great.
Like if you're playing with someone, if you're playing on the hardest difficulty, or you're playing with someone who knows what they're doing, you can tell if you are on pace to win or if you're losing based on who gets certain wonders first, because that indicates, oh crap, they're pacing me by 2 turns and I am now behind, and I'm only going to get further behind because they got that wonder. But the rest of them, oh my goodness, I don't know. I'm still mixed on this game. We'll probably put in another playthrough here in a month or 2 maybe, or we'll see. We'll wait on it and let it stew a little bit. But I want to take this moment and just congratulate you on your win. It was an enjoyable game that I thought was incredibly fun, then boring, and then fun again once I took out the AI, and then boring, and then super exciting when you and Justin popped, and then I think I popped a turn after, even though I thought I popped on the same turn. But it was close enough to make it really interesting. So congratulations on your win. And I look forward to playing another round here sometime soon after we finish up our current Civ play, which is going swimmingly.
Oh, yeah. I think 2 win streak is in my future. Don't you, Rich? Don't you?
We'll just have to see. And with that...
Wait, I got one more thing. If people want us to play Beyond Earth sooner than in a couple months from now, please like or subscribe to the 9 to 5 channel. Let us know in the comments. Let us know if you like what we're doing, or if you don't like what we're doing. But be nice to us. We're new to this.
Kinda.
All
right. Well, this is Rich, and that is JJ, the winner. This is 9 to 5 Studio saying see you around, see you in space, wherever we are. Have fun.
Get back to work.